Okay, so in our last chapter, we saw that how the main character of our story, Julian, had gone through a heart attack, and now he had been shifted to the hospital. And in this chapter, we will see that what next step he is going to take and how his life is going to transform or not. Well, the chapter 2 is going to be about the mysterious visitor. इस चैप्टर में वी आर इंट्रोड्यूस्ड विद द नेम ऑफ द इंटर्न, विद द नेम ऑफ द एसोसिएट हु हैड बीन नरेटिंग द स्टोरी ऑफ जूलियन, एंड हिज नेम इज़ जॉन. John is the associate who had been working with Julian and who has seen him deteriorating in his health. And the full name of Julian is Julian Mandel. Okay, so what happens in this chapter is that, as we know, that Julian had been shifted to ICU. 2 to 3 days after his heart attack, the boardroom holds a meeting regarding Julian's health, and they tell us that he has made an important decision regarding his career, regarding his further decisions, and he has taken this decision that he is going to give up law practice. Yes, Julian Mandel decides to give up his law practice. He will no longer practice law, and even after being at the top of his career, even after being the most polished lawyer of the country, he has given up law practice. And the most we know about Julian is that he has gone to some Asian country, maybe India, and he has settled over there, and he has left the country. He has sold his mansion, he has sold his red Ferrari, he has sold his private jet, his private island, he has sold everything, and now he has gone to India, and he has settled over there, and he has given up his law practice. That's all we know about Julian yet. So 3 days passed since that incident, and now even John is a great lawyer. Even John is a senior lawyer who was once the associate of Julian Mandel, and he is not that successful, he is not that famous, but still he has a balanced life. He hasn't let his work disturb his family routine, he hasn't let his work disturb his mental health. He has quite a balanced lifestyle, but still on some occasions, at some times, he misses his boss, he misses his mentor who had taught him so many good techniques regarding law, definitely because he was his associate. So even today, after 3 years, 3 years have been passed, and now John is there, and he's thinking about Julian, that how they used to spend so many nights working, and how they were so close, how Julian taught him so many good techniques regarding law, and he misses he's missing him. And at this moment, he's about to leave for his home because he's just done with his work at office, and it's time to go home. Just then, his secretary informs him of a visitor, and he just asks her to make him go because he's just about to leave. It's the end of the day. I mean, he can't spend any more time at the office. So the secretary tells him that the visitor is so stubborn, he will not take no as an answer, and he has something really important to tell you. So on so much insistence, John finally asks her to let him in. And when the visitor comes, he is in his mid-30s, and the visitor is tall, lean, and he is looking quite vibrant, and John doesn't know the visitor. So the visitor at first just keeps on looking at him, and no one speaks for a moment, and afterwards this visitor says that, John, do you treat all of your visitors like this, especially the ones who have taught you so many good techniques regarding law? And John is so shocked that, I don't even know you, and when did you teach me all those good techniques, huh? So at that to that, the visitor basically just smiles, and John understands who that visitor is, and that visitor is Julian Mandel basically. But since he was so overweight, he was so full of wrinkles, he was so in a bad state that John just didn't recognize him, because now he's so tall and lean and vibrant and energetic, and he's looking so peaceful, so calm from inside, that at first John didn't recognize him. So this is what happens, that John just looks at him, and now that he knows that the visitor is Julian Mandel, he's shocked that how after 3 years, out of nowhere, his boss, his mentor, whom he was just missing a few minutes ago, has appeared before him. And here the chapter 2 ends, and this is all we know about chapter 2. And when Julian went, he told everybody that he wants some answers, because it was the spiritual health of his that was basically affected, and he had to mend that thing growing up. So this is where the chapter 2 ends, and in this chapter the keynote is going to be basically the father of John tells him that on your deathbed you will never wish you spent more time at the office. At that time you will only wish कि हम अपनी फैमिली के साथ और टाइम स्पेंड कर लेते, because at the end your level of happiness is directly proportional to the time you spend with your family. We all work so hard so that we could spare some amount of time that we will spend with our families. So this is what advice the father of John gives to him during his busy work days. So with this note we are done with chapter 2, and in our next chapter we will see what advice the visitor, the mysterious visitor, gives John regarding his transformation, his golden transformation, and how he has changed from looking at like in his 70s to looking in his mid 30s, how he has covered that, you can say, journey of transformation. So that was all for today. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.